Hello. Today we're going to talk about a P.I.E paragraph pattern for writing and speaking poetry analysis. So this acronym P.I.E stands for point, illustration, and explanation. So your point, this is like a subclaim. It's the topic sentence of a paragraph. And it's kind of controlled by your overall claim if you're doing a written analysis. So we're just going to label this topic sentence or subclaim. Your illustration, that is an example from the text that's illustrating your point. And the explanation, that is when you comment on your illustration or your example. You comment, you interpret. So that is what you do to unpack the example that you're pulling from the text. So let's see what this looks like in practice. You'll remember that we did a close reading of Billy Collins's Introduction to Poetry last week. So here I've got two sentence patterns for your point kind of sentence. Through blank and blank, the poet's last name communicates the idea that blah blah blah, insert title of the poem. So that's your frame. And the second one, I've just rearranged the elements in that sentence. There are many ways to write your point, okay? These are just two sentence frames to get you started. So with the first one, you'll see I've written, through metaphor and imagery, Billy Collins communicates the idea that readers must explore poetry for meaning in an introduction to poetry. So this is my theme statement here, the orange. You've got the title of the poem, you've got the poet, and you've got your two points that you're making. This is actually an overall claim, right? Because I've got two things here, and if I was using this as a claim for an essay, each of those things would be represented in a paragraph. So I'm going to drill it down just a little bit. So if this is my overall claim, and I go to my topic sentence, I would say something like, Collins uses playful imagery or playful comparisons to show readers how to read poetry. So this would be my first paragraph. So in this paragraph then, I would pull illustrations or examples of playful comparisons, and I would use probably the mouse in the maze. I would also use the water skiing image. So those are two that I could talk about, right? And then I would explain those images related to the theme. Okay? So this is my overall claim through metaphor and imagery. And then this would be my first body paragraph. It would talk about playful comparisons. So that's my point statement for my first body paragraph. Sorry, this is so messy. Does that make sense? The second example is just in a different order, and it's also an overall claim statement. So what I'd like you to do is practice with Hughes's poem, Let America Be America Again, and just write an overall claim statement. Overall claim. And then you're also going to write just a body paragraph point statement, or subclaim statement or topic sentence. Body paragraph, topic sentence. The topic sentence, the point statement, the subclaim, these all mean the same things in terms of organizing ideas. So we use these in writing a lot, but you can also use them as you speak and as we have small group discussions about the poems that we're discussing. At some point in those discussions, we want to go beyond merely identifying things, and we want to apply our knowledge so that we can construct an interpretation or a commentary, an analytical commentary about what the text means and how the poet constructs that meaning. So these types of sentences helps us do that. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Go ahead and scan that QR code and write those 2 sentences, please. I will see you very shortly.